Let's get it going. All right. Welcome back. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Rundown on a Thursday. Prepare yourself, guys. We're going to talk a little bit about some problems that happened with AMC. I'm a little bit worried about that because I'm an A-lister and I deserve satisfaction. We're going to give our quick rundown of what's going on with the Fast and Furious. We're going to talk about Miles Morales maybe having a live-action movie, and we're going to give a quick review of Dungeons & Dragons since we just saw it, and I want to give you our thoughts on it. And thank you guys for joining me. Like I said, on a Thursday, I'm going to keep your chats up because there's still a glitch that I've learned that the feature that I use to pop up your messages, because I like interacting with you guys, it only allows me to do it once a day. And I'm talking with the guy to get it fixed. He's like, maybe it's something you did wrong, Chris. And I'm like, all right, thanks. But until I get it fixed, I'm going to keep you guys' chat up here. We're going to monitor as best as we can. But helping me monitor that is my wife, Joy. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm good. And he doesn't need Google because he knows everything.
Yeah, I know a lot about a little and a little about a lot of things is what I like to say. But what I do know is we're going to make this a very tight 30 show. I guarantee it. Because I'm going to go see Spider-Man in about an hour. And I'll be damned if I miss that. I'm in trailers, all that stuff. So, guys, hit me up in the chat. Dante, I already see you, man. He's already answering our main question, but we're going to get to that in a second. Let's get right into the – before I get right into it, I've got to remind you guys, if you're in the live chat, appreciate you for joining us live. Hit the like button. It really does help us out. And if you are a subscriber, appreciate you guys. If you're not, you want to think about it, become a subscriber, maybe you become a subscriber. You can always find us here on YouTube, but we're also streaming on Twitch and Facebook as well as YouTube. And after the show, we always have a podcast version. If you can't watch us live, if my face is too punchable, like Joy always tells me, I don't know why she married me. She's like, you have the most punchable face. But you can also check us out on our podcast, and just listen to me ramble about nonsense. And if you send a super chat during the show, we will interrupt it and we'll shout you out, guys. Like I said, we'll be monitoring the live chat. So any support you guys can give us, we appreciate it through super chats, through streamlabs.com. Send a tip and tell us what you think. We appreciate it. Become a Patreon. We're going to have some upcoming features for you guys, for you Patreons and you members, only for you guys. So look out for that. I talked about it a little bit. Some things are coming. Some great things. All right, so let's get right into it. But what's the first thing we're going to be talking about right now?
The Fast and Furious franchise total box office rundown.
Okay. I haven't done a proper rundown in a minute, so I've been including proper rundowns in it. So I wanted to talk about, since the Fast X movie came out, I took a look back at the total box office of each movie because everybody's debating which one's the best, which one's the worst, which one made the most, what's the difference, it's all subjective, it's all what you guys think. I mean, I hear a lot of people say Tokyo Drift is the best Fast and Furious movie.
It is.
You think Tokyo Drift? That's yours? You're one of those?
I love Tokyo Drift.
I don't know.
I'll watch it anytime.
I love it. I love it too. But it's a cult classic inside of this franchise.
1 and 2 I can watch anytime they come on.
I like 2 because
1, 2, and I guess
and 3. Yeah, 3. The first 3. Yeah, I like the trilogy because I like when Tyrese was introduced. I just liked his swagger in part 1. When he looked back at that woman, he gave me my pickup line when I first met you. I was like, "You need some help putting that fire out?" Yeah. Next thing you know, we married. Yeah, it works. So thanks, Tyrese. But I wanted to do a quick rundown of their box office because I thought it was pretty interesting. And so bear with me, guys. Let's get into it. Let me go full mass, starting with so we got all 11 in this list. Okay. So we started off with the lowest. No. I start off with the highest grossing to the lowest. So let's start off with that. So what do we got at number 11?
We got Furious 7, which is number 1 in the box office. With $1.5 billion. Almost 512 million.
Yeah. This is rounded at 1.5 billion plus. That's what. And next on that list after that,
The Fate of the Furious.
That was the 8th one.
Which is around 1.2 billion.
They're 2 billies. Mm-hmm. And after that, let's keep it going.
And then you've got the Fast and Furious 6 at $789
Some argue
million.
it's the best one of the franchise. A lot of people put that one as the best one. And next up,
Hobbs and Shaw with $760 million.
I liked Hobbs and Shaw. I don't think it gets talked about as much as the other ones, but I like you. Did you ever? You said you never saw Hobbs and Shaw. I enjoyed Hobbs and Shaw. I don't know why it's not talked about as much, but I thought that was a good one. I'm sorry, I interrupted. What's the next one?
F9, The Fast Saga, at $719 million.
Okay.
And then you.
Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me pause for a second. Worst in the franchise. I just saw that last month for the first time. I watched it because I had to go and watch 10. I didn't want to be left behind. I can't believe I yawned in the middle of a Fast and Furious movie, but I did. No, all right, I'm sorry. I interrupted. I just had to get that out. Next up was
Fast 5.
If the clicker works, it won't let me. There we go. Fast 5.
$629 million.
Another one that's argued that's the best in the franchise. Go ahead.
Then Fast X.
And it's still counting for Fast X.
Yeah, 544 and going.
And that just tells me how much of a drop-off it is. It's the Fast 7 and Fast 8 are the highest-grossing ones. And then the latest one and the latest 2, 9 and 10, are just somewhere in the middle. That's when that big dip started. Because of the pandemic, of course, but for Fast 10, the jury's still out, but I don't think it's going to make more than, I don't know. I guess the question is, will it make more than Fast 5 and Fast 9? That's the question. I don't think it's going to catch Fast 9, but I'm sorry. I keep interrupting.
Fast and Furious 4.
Yeah, Fast and Furious. New model, original parts. This was the one where it started to turn, where it was like, okay, I see this direction that this franchise can go. I think I'm going to stick around.
$359 million.
$359 million. All right.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
One of your favorites. Always a classic. Always a classic.
$236 million.
I like when we were talking about that taco meat when Tyrese was making fun of that Hispanic dude. He was always making fun of him, trying to talk that crazy Hispanic. So you got the taco meat out. All right, okay. Always a classic.
The Fast and the Furious, the original.
The OG. The OG.
206
over 20
million.
years ago. Can you believe it?
I'm old.
Did you see this in theaters?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Probably.
All right, and that was at what? Only made $200,000, but the budget for it was like $80,000 or $60,000. So, but we'll talk about that in a second.
So wrongly at the bottom. It's
Yeah.
Tokyo Drift, $157 million. Wrong.
They gave. I also looked at the budget. It was the lowest. It was the franchise was going in a downward direction. I don't know how they kept convincing Universal to make more of them. As they made, based on the budget that they were under, they made profit. But when that was during the time when Vin Diesel was like, I never do sequels. I don't do sequels. I'm too good for sequels. And then when everything he started to do was flopping, he was like, okay, I'll come back in Fast and Furious, but I got to come back as he came on as a producer, and being more involved in it. It just he uplifted it. He changed it up and made it something new. And the potential in the franchise started with 4. It could be. And I think it peaked around 7 and 8. And then by 9, that was when it's like, all right, now y'all getting kind of crazy. But you said you haven't seen any of after 3, you said you kind of stopped watching?
No, I think I did see 4. Mm-hmm. But I know not after that.
I rewatched them again recently, trying to catch up, but
there's so many that I lose track of the numbers. I saw whatever one it is. The last one that I vividly remember is the chase across the desert.
I think that could be. We could be talking about 4. It was like underground.
Yes.
Yeah, that was 4.
All right,
that was 4.
I saw that. I didn't see after that.
And it was good. It was the fact that Vin Diesel was finally willing to come back and do sequels. Now you can't stop him from doing the damn sequel because he saw the money in it. I don't know why he was on something back then about doing sequels. But then he came back for part 3, but only as a cameo at the very end after Han died and all that. But that was when that was around when they, like I said, they gave him producer credit. They made him a producer of the franchise. He took it over and had and I don't know, the concept of family by 5 and 6 was, I mean, it was always there, but he really took it seriously and turned it, that whole thing. Fast X compared to Fast and Furious 1 is just, those 2 different universes. But hey, like I said, the jury's still out what's going on with that. Let me know in the chat what you guys think about the Fast and the Furious. I'm gonna what do we got in the chat? Because I can't. I keep forgetting I can't pop them up.
Rick in Texas says the first 7 are worth it.
The first 7.
And 7 was like our farewell to Paul Walker, which made the most right.
I still think, and let me know in the chat if you agree.
He also agreed that 9 is the worst.
Yeah, and it still is. 10 is much better than 9, but I'm on that list of they should have recast Paul Walker, because we talked about this recently, that if you're going to continue using his wife and Dante's sister, these scenarios that they're putting themselves in, there is no way Brian would be standing on the sideline, even with a kid. It's just not in his DNA. I think now I'm thinking, yes, his brother should have stepped in and played the role, even if it's smaller roles, but I think they should have recast, because having...
I mean, it would have at least helped with a tiny parts to say, okay, he wants to focus on the kids, but when it counts,
I'll be there.
Family.
You'll see that car come out and blow some stuff up. Yeah.
So it's small part.
Yeah.
So we don't have to worry that they don't match up exactly. Yeah. But at least we know, hey, when it counts, he's coming.
He'll come in the clutch. Yeah. But during the first 2 acts, he's all like, man, I got to go buy some milk, man. I got to be back. And you never see him. He's like a deadbeat dad. He just disappears. And then he comes back at the end when it's Christmas time. Hey, kids, I'm here. Yeah, daddy loves you and stuff. Yeah, but I feel like his brother, they should give the role to his brother. Now,
his brother just had a baby.
And had a baby, yeah.
And named him Paul Walker.
To keep that family tradition alive, and because it was going to pass away with him, so his brother is keeping the tradition alive. I thought that was a sweet thing. So, any more before we move on?
No.
About Rick was saying that. Yeah, I agree. 9 is the worst.
Vin Diesel did do the Riddick.
Yeah, after he got his That was that was the only franchise he was willing to really come back on, even when he was on his whole I don't do sequels kick, because he wouldn't come back to Triple X. He didn't come back to that one. Then he did come. I'm telling you, after Fast and Furious was like, these sequels making me some money. Then he was like, all right, I'll come back to Triple X.
Anything.
I'll sleep with anybody. Who give them what chlamydia they got? Give it to me. He was open for business, but that's where the money is. Let us know what you guys think about the Fast and Furious franchise in the chat, and let's move on real quick to the next topic. What do we got on this entertainment
Freddy
news?
Krueger actor Robert Englund on his 50-year career and why he won't play Freddy anymore, and who should portray the Elm Street villain next.
I almost forgot the camera down on. I forgot that the thumbnail for the last thing that we did. I forgot to change that out. My bad. Joey was joking with me. It was like, we only got a smaller number from last time because we're not talking about John Campea. All right, well then let the algorithm know that I just mentioned John Campea. I love John Campea. Robert Englund not coming back. Won't play Freddy Krueger anymore. I'm not surprised. The dude's getting up there.
No, I mean, I don't know why people.
Why do y'all want 80-year-olds?
Calm down about. I mean, the actor himself is telling you, guys, move on.
Yeah.
Let someone else do it. It's okay.
Yeah.
I did it. I'm happy. I'm done. Let's move on.
Remakes and reboots do not erase the movies that you saw. Only Disney can do that because Disney's erasing all those all that content from Disney Plus. But if you buy a DVD, if you magically still have it, I don't know why people are so upset about only this one actor can do it. But if they passed away, or if they're up there in their age, or if they're retired, then you're never gonna get it again. And there's new fans. There's super fans out there like you, like me, who become writers, who get into the movie business, who grew up loving these movies and are purist gatekeepers, just like all of the real fans, quote unquote, just like you. But they might have a story that they could tell.
I love Christopher Reeves as the original Superman,
right.
But I'm not mad that they cast others
Otherwise,
to be him.
You wouldn't have gotten Sexy Cavill.
I'm not angry with that.
Yeah. You wouldn't have got the little taco meat coming out of the Superman the suit. Yeah. Because, Christopher Reeves wasn't doing that. He shaved. Chris was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. But, yeah, Scarface. Everybody's always given the 1970s version of Scarface as one of as the best. When they heard that they were going to reboot that, I'm like, but that is a reboot. The original Scarface was made in like the 50s. It was about Italians. That was the original Scarface. You would have never gotten Al Pacino? Scarface. You wouldn't have never gotten that if people were all stuck on
Sometimes
franchise
people
purity.
forget. It's like music. They hear the kids nowadays hear a song, man, this is the jam, and you're like, that song is from like the 50s.
Oh, my kids hate it.
Been sampled about 1,000 times. This isn't new.
I gotta stop saying my kids. Our kids, they hate it when I'm in the car. And I do that to them. They listen to a song that they love. I'm like, this shit, this was from Jam Master Flash. No, they hate it when they always like, don't stop this. Oh, damn it, Daddy. And I show them a video that they don't care about. This is where this song came from. I said a hip, a hip, a hip. My kids always look at me like, they hate it. I do it all the time. All right, Robert Englund. I think it's fine. I even like the remake that they did. I enjoyed that movie. I thought that was a very creepy Freddy. They went a whole new direction where it was almost like Freddy was innocent kind of a thing, and that's why he was pissed.
They went the Karate Kid route.
They went the Karate Kid route, and then spoilers if you haven't seen it, but if you haven't seen that reboot by now, you don't care. But I love the fact that they kind of fooled us. They were like, oh, crap, this Freddy might have been innocent. And that's why he's pissed, because he was framed as a child predator. And then at the end, it's like, oh, no, he did that shit. My wife loves to say that. If you ever seen the show Power, there's something that 50 Cent said, whatever they said your dad did,
he did that shit.
He did that shit. She did it to me yesterday. Every time she shows me on TikTok, somebody did something on, oh, he in court right now. We about to talk about that dude that was going to prison.
Yeah, Danny Masterson.
Yeah, or whatever they said he did that shit. Yeah, that was the first thing she said to me. All right, guys, let us know what you think about reboots and Robert Englund not coming back to the franchise again. Who would you suggest to be Freddy? I want to hear your suggestions on that. Okay. This wasn't a topic at first, but I decided to throw it in because I like messing with people. So AMC A-list been messing with me lately for the past 2-3 weeks. I tried to reserve my tickets to watch Spider-Man later today, and my app wasn't working. It was like
drive all the way over there.
I had to, like a bum, like this is the 90s again. I gotta go to the theater to buy my ticket. Like what? So we're so spoiled nowadays, right? We don't want to get out of the house and touch grass. But I had to go all the way down because I thought they canceled my membership. Because
it's like being at the grocery store and your card doesn't work. I know I've got money.
I know. No, you don't. I always judge people when those cards were declined. No, you ain't writing no check. I ain't taking no damn check. But I drove all the way down there, and the guys at the desk was like, "No, your app, it still works. Your membership is still active." I know it does because it says in the history that my membership was paid was paid on time. But there was a glitch, and I got to give it to AMC. They said if you got a problem, tweet us. I was like, oh, there's no phone number, there's no nothing. I was like, tweet, what's that gonna do? So I direct messaged them, and they instantly called me back. They were like, hey, yeah, what's the problem? I said, this is the damn problem. And then they were like, oh man, I'm sorry, we've been having server issues. I'm like, all right, well, damn, fix it. And then they were like, all right, we did something, you should be fine, but because we see your account is still active. I was like, okay, can I purchase tickets on my phone? Because I don't feel like going outside and doing that shit. And they said, but tell us after you see Spider-Man. You should be, if the glitch isn't fixed by then, call us back. But until then, here's $15 of a credit. They gave me $15. I was like, all right, I ain't mad at that. They added it to my awards. I mean, what was that? I'm sorry, babe?
I said, you're like, then I can buy a snack.
Yeah, I can buy. Yeah, now I can buy one soda, sweet. But I gotta give it to them. They gave me a gift card. They gave me like a $15 gift card for me going through that issue. Something about a server problem. The app thinks that I didn't pay my membership, even though in the history it says it was paid, and it wasn't allowing me to buy tickets. So there was a seat that I wanted. And by the time I made it down to the theater to go get it, that seat was gone. I was ever so pissed. And the lady behind the counter says, anything I can do? I said, you can kick that guy off that seat and give it to me. I want to sit right there. Well, I was just joking. But, yeah, so hopefully it's fixed. I haven't checked in a minute, but hopefully they'll fix it. Because I like AMC A-List. And we got a great AMC right down the street. So going to go see Spider-Man. This is the shirt that I've had for over 20 years. I bought this shirt for the first Spider-Man movie when that song from Fred Krueger, what was it? Not Fred Krueger, Chad Krueger from...
Nickelback?
Yeah. And they say that a hero. Yeah. This is the shirt. I hear that song every time I slide my left arm in. I always, and they say that. I always hear that. Yeah. Love will don't save us. And I just rub them, and then I just go to the movie. I wear this shirt every time I go. So I'm going to AMC to go see Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and I cannot wait. So that was the update for entertainment news. Anything else that was... that I missed in the chat?
No.
That was
No.
Oh, that was the thing refreshed when I switched screens, but yeah. Sweet. It said sweet. He said sweet, $15. One soda. You know what that reminds me of? Eddie Murphy trading places? Remember that when it was time for Rupert and Randolph the Mortimer to give their black butlers their Christmas bonus? And they're like, you don't think I forgot about you? Here's your bonus. And they put it on the butler's tray, and the butler was like, $5. This was in the 80s. That ain't shit. It was like $5. It was $5. And then the other dude was like, half of that was from me. And the butler was like, well, thank you, Mr. Mortimer. And you saw him mouthing off.
There's a Roseanne episode where...
What's happening?
There's a Roseanne episode where she's a hair washer at a salon, and a lady that she knows from a previous job who's very rich and out of touch.
I remember that, yeah.
Gives her 50 cents as a tip for washing her hair, but she declines it and is like, no, you keep that. I've already got too much.
Yeah, exactly. That's what AMC gave me. But they gave me $15, so that's good. It was like, here you go, it's $15. I think it's because I was tweeting to them from the T3 Media's account.
Like,
I didn't use my personal account. I used the T3 Media's account. They kind of looked it up and they were like, oh, this dude be talking about movies and stuff. Like, so I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, fix it. I was trying to throw that weight around. I got 13 soldiers in the chat ready to roll, son. So they fixed it. So it was you guys. Thanks to you guys for fixing that. All right. Let's see. Anything else that I missed? No. Peter Lane. What's going on, Peter? How you doing? Yep, I had to take out a loan for popcorn.
I mean, when you go in and get a popcorn, a soda, and a candy, it's like $45.
Yeah. You're
like, could have just gone out for dinner. Really?
Don't. Not to mention what I could get for that $45 overseas. I ain't gonna talk about that. You passport bros. You know what I'm talking about. You sinners. Anyway, all right. Moving on to we saw Dungeons and Dragons for the first time. I just wanted to talk about it real quick.
Huh?
Joy was very interested in seeing it. She thought it looked funny. I remembered the original one, so I was whelmed about it. I was like, okay, we'll check it out.
I was more the cast.
Yeah,
it looked
great cast.
Good cast, and the preview, the little trailers and the commercials were funny.
Mm-hmm. I thought, and while we were watching the movie, you pointed out that the young lady that played the shapeshifter lady, she's the same the girl from the It movies, the It franchise, and so I was like, oh yeah, she was good. They were great together. This movie was fun. It was funny. It far superior to that first Dungeons and Dragons that came out in the 90s. I still remember one scene from that movie where they were prejudiced against certain species of mages or something. Like he was like, "Shut up, mage!" I was like, "That's the only thing I remember is him screaming at that girl in the face. You fucking mage!" I was like, "Damn, racist, bro." So that's the only thing I remember from that. But in this world, everybody was. They got along. Everybody was great, and the only people that you didn't like was the Red Wizards, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Chris Pine, comedic performance.
He floored me.
Was very, very good.
Yeah.
And as well as
Michelle
Reggae John Page.
I was wondering how long. Yeah, the T-minus 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes, she mentions Bridgerton boy.
The two of them together.
Bridgerton daddy.
Off of each other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For me,
it's all about Bridgerton boy. All right, so, is it Michelle Rodriguez?
Yeah, I know you got a kick out of the fact that when she went to see her ex, that
The fact that
Bradley Cooper as
Bradley Cooper as what was that from the Lord of the Rings? Hobbit. Like I'm assuming he was a hobbit because he was like human, was a small human.
Yeah,
he wasn't like a little person, and she was a giant and like an Amazon type of woman. And the fact that was her thing, I was like,
well, and his too, because his new
girl was also an Amazon. And man, Bradley, he was walking around with all that swag. It's like, I mean, you went to jail. I got needs, and now I'm with the new Amazon hotness. I was like, this little hobbit getting it in. He packing because Michelle Rodriguez was like biting her lip when she saw him.
When everything's all good and we're ending the story, she sees another one.
And he gets a little crush. Yeah, she gets the butterfly. Give me butterfly. Yeah, it was funny. The magic, the way it wasn't as much dragons as I was thinking it was going to be. I thought it was going to, as a movie called Dungeons and Dragons, you would think that dragons would be one of the main focus. You only got 2 or 3 little scenes with a dragon.
We got the fat dragon.
You got a fat dragon. That was fun. That fat dragon was fun. But the movie was mostly about just the group, and their core group and how fun they were, and they collaborate together and getting over their issues. Chris Pines being a pushy jerk, that that dude in your group that's always over positive and willing to risk your life just to get hit what he wants, kind of a guy. You had the boy from the Jurassic World movies and Detective Pikachu. I forgot his name. I'm bad with names. I'm sorry. But he always, I've never seen him in everything that I've seen. And the first thing I've seen him in was a Netflix series, The Get Down, I think. I have never been disappointed in any of his performances. He's always on. He's always entertaining to me. And I feel like, I hope his career is slowly going upwards. I'm sorry I'm forgetting his name.
I think Justice Smith.
Something like that. Okay, and I'll take your word for it, but I'm always, everything that I've seen him in, even if the movie is bad, he's always good in it, and he was great in this. So, what would be your rating if you were to score it? We saw it at home. I loved it. You loved it.
For me,
I gave it a B.
For me,
I was about to say the same thing. We agree on B. Solid B. Dungeons and Dragons. Unfortunately, there probably won't be a sequel to this because it did not make the money on it. Anybody saying anything about? I see Peter Lane saying they didn't put Marlon Wayne's drown in the rug in this one, did they? Drowning in the rug.
Whatever the first one.
I think I remember that scene. Marlon Wayne's drowning in a rug scene. There is something slightly similar to that happened. It's just something that happened with the floor. I'll just say that. This movie is far superior to the last one. I mean, you don't even need to see that. Like, you never saw it? Good. Don't watch it. It was not that great. No, I'll just stick to that. It was not that great. I judge a movie on how good it is or entertaining it is if I say to myself, I'll watch that again. And this is a movie, if it's on, or I might seek it out. I might play it again. I will watch this movie again. I think this was like partially my second time watching it because I partially watched it with the kids. I didn't finish watching it with them. They didn't even finish watching it, did they? And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch this with Joy because I think she's going to like this. And so I've seen it 1.5 times. I can see it more. The original Dungeons and Dragons, nah. I ain't going to sit through that. Nah, I only watched it once in the theaters, never went back. Anything else that...
No, they're ready to talk about Miles Morales.
Miles Morales. So, thanks for your thoughts on that other stuff. And he's like, they're like, shut up, Chris, move it on. You said it was going to be a tight 30. We're 4 minutes past.
We want to talk about the main topic.
Miles Morales live Spider-Man movie was mentioned in the news. One of the producers of in Sony, I should have wrote her name down. She was quoted as saying that a Miles Morales live-action movie and a Spider-Woman animated film is in development. Now, I watched John Campea. Going back to John Campea again, he mentioned that like the chances of this is slightly nil based on the agreement that Sony currently has with Marvel. But if they were to get this approved by Marvel, and I put that question up in the chat, I asked the question: if Marvel produces a Miles Morales Spider-Man movie, which universe would you want to see him in? Would you want him to only be fixated in the Sony universe and only dabble with like Venom and things like that, and keep Tom Holland on the outskirts, or would you want to see them all intertwine, mix it all up, and then separate later, or be in the MCU? Or what would you prefer? Because you didn't, I know you haven't seen, you saw the first parts of the first animated Miles Morales. What do you think? The character was slightly mentioned in the first Tom Holland Spider-Man movie when Donald Glover was playing a certain character that's related to Miles Morales. He was like, I have a nephew that lives out here, a baby. But I guess I'm assuming he was a baby at the time, or a little, maybe 5, 6, maybe. I don't know. They didn't show. What do you think? MCU or Sony? What makes sense to you?
I mean, I see people's comments, so I'm like, they all make good cases.
Okay, like who?
Well, no, I mean, you've got your Dante Cerreccia. 100% it's Sony, not the MCU.
So Dante, you think it will, like, if they do it, it will be Sony only?
But then, like
Sony only.
Peter Lane says, the MCU is much better at making those, which is true. Marvel.
No, I'm thinking about that TikTok app. You sure about that? You sure about that? Because all the classic Spider-Man movies that people love the most, with not Tom, Tobey Maguire, like Spider-Man 2. I mean, you got to remember that Sony, before the deal with merger.
But like lately, their stuff is not, been huge. The hits they wanted. You mean Sony's stuff?
What? Like, again, you sure about that? Because Venom 1 was a hit. Venom 2 was not as big. Morbius will always be the thing that will make people nervous. You see, for every Spider-Man 2 that we got, or in every Tom Holland or Amazing Spider-Man 1, we have a Morbius. We have a Amazing Spider-Man 2 that needed redemption thanks to the last Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. They're nervous about those things, and I get it.
I mean, it'd be a chance for Sony to do something big
with Spider-Man
and really get people in. But Marvel, the MCU side, does have a lot of big names to pull into whatever storyline we want to go with.
And Feige, unless Feige has already had this in mind. I mean, technically, Sony can do whatever they want to do. It would, if they did what they wanted to do that was against Kevin Feige's will and wishes, then he would instantly end that arrangement. And maybe there'll be I don't know what the full agreement is. Maybe there'll be a lawsuit. I don't know. But whatever their agreement is, it's working. So you don't want to, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's the situation. So if she was saying that there will be a this and there will be a that because she was hopeful and she just foresees, maybe they're kind of talking about it behind the scenes. Maybe Kevin Feige already has that in plan. For all we know, Miles Morales is going to show up in those Avengers Secret Wars when the multiverse stuff opens up and things like that. He probably already has that in mind, and he's probably pissed off that she's like kind of letting the cat out of the bag, like, shut up. like stop.
And we know he keeps everything under lock and key.
Yeah.
It's not
Oh, yeah. It's bad enough Tom Holland always, giving away spoilers and whatnot.
He's like, they don't tell me stuff no more because they know I let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah. No, they don't. Yeah, you're damn right, because Kevin ain't playing that shit. What are the polls right now? Did you if I end the poll? If I end the poll, I don't know if it'll show it to me. I gotta do better at
when I reopen it, it lets me look at it.
There we go. I see it. Okay, we have 55% says that it should be the MCU, and 45 says Sony.
Right.
It's almost right down the middle. And I can see an argument for both. I'm leaning more towards Sony because even though that would instantly end the relationship with Marvel, Marvel's like, if you're gonna have your own Spider-Man again standalone in the Sony universe, then there's no point because I'm not gonna have my Spider-Man and another Spider because it just. Kevin is willing to do that within his own storyline. That's like far as like multiverse kind of stuff, and obviously he's willing to do it because he did it in the last Spider-Man movie. He's willing to do it on a one-off kind of a thing. But if you're gonna have your own Spider-Man again, then there's no point of this merger. So I'm hoping that what she was talking about was something that she just knows is in development, is coming down the pipeline, because I would rather. The only reason why I would rather Sony is because it would guarantee that we would get more of these movies more often instead of waiting for when Kevin Feige's, master plan unfolds. It's more exciting in the MCU because I like seeing them with Thor and all the other MCU characters. But then it's like, damn, we got to wait 10 years, another 5 years for the X-Men. We got to wait another this. We don't even know who's playing the Fantastic Four. We got to wait and wait and wait. And I'm kind of tired of that. I like that when we got a Spider-Man movie every 2 or 3 years. Now it's like, damn, what's going to happen? The payoff is pretty good, but I don't know. Is that kind of what they've been saying in the chat?
No, it's, Rick in Texas said Sony did well with their Miles story. I'm really curious to see how the MCU can showcase this character.
Yeah.
Starcourt Food Court says MCU because they need bigger names for the Avengers movies.
Having Miles part of the phase will bring more hype. Yeah.
Peter Lane said, I think Sony should stick to animated. They're awesome there.
And that's right. That's 100% right. Like I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. When Miles was first introduced, that whole uproar, it might as well have been when they killed Superman all over again. The uproar. Oh my God! I'm glad that the term woke wasn't being used back then, because that would have been way overused back. I remember people losing their minds on the internet and trying to replace Peter Parker. Got to just doing it for. But it wasn't Peter Parker. It was a totally different character in a universe where Peter Parker died. And then that didn't even last long. In the comic book, he came right back, and it was the Ultimates. And I have these comic books. What was it? I'm sorry?
I was saying we've already seen a lot of comments and things of people that have seen the movie that are saying, same as the first one, this is the best Spider-Man.
Tom Holland? Oh, no. The Across the Spider.
Yes.
Man, and I'm about to go see it in a few minutes. I've heard that. And the argument that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse might be the best Spider-Man movie, period, out of all Spider-Man movies. That I love the fact that argument was there, because I loved Spider-Man 2. I like Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I love the Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield. And the fact that Into the Spider-Verse is now in that argument, and if Part 2 is better than Part 1, if they stick the landing. If Across the Spider-Verse and then sticks the landing, and then if the next one after this, I'm going to put up another poll then after that third one. Which Spider-Man trilogy is the all-time best? And I have a funny feeling that the animated Miles Morales is going to win.
Starcourt Food Court wants to know, what is your favorite live-action Spider-Man movie?
It always used to be Spider-Man 2. And it stayed that, even though I loved Amazing Spider-Man 1. I want to say, which I'm going to have to, and then even though I love Tom Holland, I'm probably just going to have to go back to, I don't even know if this is a safe answer. People used to say Spider-Man 2, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 2. But I find myself, because I always talk about rewatchability, I always quote Spider-Man 1. That's probably my all-time favorite one. Even though I loved the last Spider-Man movie when the Green Goblin came back. It's probably because of the Green Goblin. What's his name? Willem Dafoe playing the Green Goblin. I just love him because I'm always quoting him in life. I mean, I'll teach our kids when my oldest son is playing basketball now. When he has a bad day, I'm gonna be like, the one thing that people love more than a hero is to see a hero fall, die trying. And then, like I'm always quoting William Dafoe. So Spider-Man 1 is probably my all-time favorite because it's the one that impacted me the most. The soundtrack, the movie, it impacted me. I'm only wearing this because of that, and it's the one I'm quoting all the time. But it's probably because of just how great William Dafoe was. Because I'm also quoting him in the last one that he did with Tom Holland. He's like, what did he say?
I like that one.
That's your favorite.
Because I got to have everybody in it, all the villains.
The last one.
Yes,
the last one.
All of the Spider-Man, everybody that you love.
They fixed Jamie Foxx. Yeah. And like I said, and Willem Dafoe was great in that too. He was just as animated and his action scenes it's just Willem Dafoe just elevates these Spider-Man movies to a level that even though Spider-Man 2 technically is a better made movie than almost all of them put together, in my opinion, Spider-Man 2, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2, but there's something about what Willem Dafoe did in Spider-Man 1, even though even in the cheesy moments, it was awesome. I don't know what it is about that movie. I'm always quoting it, and I like movies where the hero has to face a big bad that sometimes even if he's doing the most crazy things, sometimes you even root for him. It's like, yeah, they did screw you over. They took your damn company away from you. I was rooting for him for a little bit, but then when he started messing with Red. Then what was that line? He said, "I was gonna finish it real nice and fast, but since you pissed me off, I'm gonna do her nice and slow." I'm like, damn, this movie's getting a little grapey. And he didn't let me down even in parts. I forgot the next one in the last movie that he did. I forgot one of my favorite quotes and that too is something about that's a neat trick there, that spider sense of yours. I mean, he had some great lines.
As a Star Court Food Court says, I could squash you like a bug right
now. Yeah. And the way he sat next to a paralyzed Peter Parker that slapped him on the head and just kept he was great. And I'm all as great as Doc Ock was, and as great as it was seeing them all together again, the fact that they redeemed Jamie Foxx, it's something about Willem Dafoe that elevated that first Spider-Man movie and the last Spider-Man movie. So and since we got more of him in Spider-Man 1, even though I liked what he did, he was even to me I'm gonna say he was scarier in part 1. I think that's it. I used to say Spider-Man 2, but Spider-Man 1. That was all. I gave that. You got me monologuing. Damn, dude. And I'm about 10 minutes away from having my movie about to start. But, we got 30 minutes of trailers. I'm not going to miss it, but I want to see those damn trailers. Anything else before we go? See, Star Court, Food Court says, Defoe really goes for it with the Green Goblin, so many lines in Spider-Man 1. Yeah, because Swatch was like, that was the one you read to me. I'm sorry. Rick in Texas, Spider-Verse is really good. That soundtrack is just fire. Yes, the Spider-Verse soundtracks are awesome. How they incorporate the music in the animation movie is just hits right. The feels and emotions have a lot to do with the music choices. They really learned the lesson from Spider-Man Part 1 with Tobey Maguire would not have done as good if that soundtrack, that single didn't hit as hard as it did. I'm telling you, that increased ticket sales and why that movie did so good. That hero song, it totally captures everything that Spider-Man is. And I think this Into the Spider-Verse, they did well leaning into that too. Great music with a great story. It just elevates. And the last Spider-Man movie, Into the Spider-Verse did that. Their music was great. Black Panther, their soundtrack was great. I mean, these soundtracks have to shine. They have to intertwine with these movies in a certain way. If they can get you to react on an emotional level, it just elevates everything. Maybe I should do a rundown of movies that had awesome soundtracks, but the movie sucked. Because that has happened. All right, guys. I got to get out of here. Now that you guys have really pissed me off, I'm going to go watch my movie. I'm about to go watch Across the Spider-Verse and give a reaction to it. Later today, we're going to have a special guest. I'll announce it before that stream is in the community tab, so look out for that. We have a special guest joining us tonight on the Rundown After Dark with me, with Joy, and Tabatha. When we're going to talk about, we kind of mentioned what's going on with what's his name is his trials and tribulations that was just found guilty from that 70s show. That's our main topic, so look out for that link. I hope you guys join us again tonight on the Rundown After Dark. Thanks for the support, guys. Thanks for keeping the live chat live and fun. Like I said, I like having it pop up, but I didn't want to risk it not being able to do it later on. So because I like to have your chats pop up. So Defoe really goes for it. Because it's still moving. So there's a delay. Yeah. What did they say?
Strong enough to have it all. Too weak to take it.
Too weak to take it. That's the line. That's the. Oh no! Before I go, this is my line from the last Spider-Man movie. Poor Peter, no parents. I was like, what? What did he say to him? He just killed you. He killed his he tried to kill his Aunt May. He been trying to kill Aunt May since the first Spider-Man, and he finally did it. And then when he did it, he was like, poor Peter, no parents. Oh, my God. I love that movie. All right, thanks for joining us in the live chat. See you next time. Good night and sayonara. Have a good one, guys. Have a good afternoon. See you tonight. I hope to see you guys all there. Till next time, I'm Chris. That's Joy. See you later on the Rundown After Dark. Peace out.